with me and let me show you what we have going on.
We boxed that in up top there too. We ran out of cedar shakes. We gotta get a few more, but that's all enclosed now. Check out the transformation inside here. Not much in the kitchen.
Empty down here. There's no beds left down here. We moved them all upstairs, and so pretty much a giant dance floor. Big dance floor down here. So we do have some plans on making some tables, and we're gonna have a nice seating area down in here and slash dining room. And so it's pretty empty down here now, but it makes you realize how big this space actually is. Let me show you my closet that I made. So we needed a utility closet just for keeping some supplies, and we have a big water tank in here as well. That was a bit of an eyesore. So the guys, Carter actually framed it for me, the crew we had in, and then I finished her all up and did some staining and had a little bit of finishing touches for the staining needing kind of in between, but for the most part she's all finished, and the tape is still there, but it blends in really good with this color stain. When it first got built, it really looked like an eyesore, so I'm really happy and pleased with the way it turned out. Ta-da! I don't even know how many weeks this took.
We had the crew come in of 3 guys. You had Jaden, Tristan, and Carter, and they framed up a bunch of the walls. They did a bunch of the bedrooms and one of the main walls. They did a really good job. So thanks to those guys. And yeah, just let's check out the progress here. So this hallway is complete now. The only thing missing now is the light fixtures. We're still waiting on them. They're all ordered up. They're like antler chandeliers. They're coming in, so they're gonna be hanging ones. This is the hallway. There's one up here and one over here. We need a new exterior door right here. That's gonna get replaced. The squirrels had their way with that one, and yeah, now this building is squirrel proof other than that door. So, but yeah, so there's the ceiling. The ceiling has the stain TNG on it, and we still have to add trim on all the edging and everything. So we were hoping to get rid of this center beam here, but we can't. It's just load bearing. I'd like to open that up, but it's a great place to hang a nice moose mount or something, or a nice lake trout. And yeah, Emily, let's see some of these bedrooms here. So these aren't the final layouts, but this is what we have laid out right now.
Yeah, we wanted to clear out the bottom so we can kind of get an idea of the square footage, how much room we have for getting the dining room and everything all set up. So we moved all the beds up here, and so you can see there's 3 single beds in here right now. Just have a raw light, but we're gonna have a nice picture going in here. And yeah, and even though there's a slanted ceiling, you still have lots of room underneath for laying down, sitting up, even a tall guy kind of thing. So I know in the winter time when it's close to, well, -50, let's be real, it'll be nice and cozy in here with everybody coming in to come fish. And we kept the logs, what's the name for those, a fancy name?
Purlongs.
Purlongs, what a weird name for a log, but we kept the purlongs, and they look really nice in here. And this here was Carter and Tristan did this ceiling and did a really good job, and I'll show you Tristan and I that we were racing them.
So all the exterior walls are R20 now, and all the interior walls are R12 for a little bit of sound dampening, but we're still waiting on the interior doors. They're gonna be like a raw pine interior door to match all this other pine, but and then eventually there's gonna be flooring. But right now, you know, this stained plywood, it's kind of fitting and it's easy to work with. But we're waiting on some vinyl flooring to go down here. So
this is Tristan and I's room. Actually, this is technically Daryl's wall.
yeah.
And then that was my wall on the other side, on the main wall, but that's Daryl's wall. And then Tristan and I did this one together. It feels like an eternity ago. It was probably 4 or 5 weeks maybe. I don't even have a concept of time anymore. But yeah, 2 single beds in this one. We got a nice bedside table in here. We just had some amazing guests come up from the main lodge and do some fishing with myself. We had a lot of fun, so this is where they stayed. But yeah, moving on to the other bedroom. So this room is obviously a smaller room. It still fits 2 beds super comfortably. This chimney will be removed at one point. It's just temporary with the wood stove. So Not sure if we'll put in kind of like a little port window up there or something. I'm not sure, but regardless, this is what we got going on right now. And nice high ceilings, extremely cozy, and more than enough room to be able to stay here and do what you gotta do. There's all the plugs are wired in and clearly working, and yeah, absolutely beautiful in here and nice and finished. And then there's a matching little, let me grab the light. Oh, Daryl has the light. Okay, so we got a matching other little room in here. This one is a little bit on the smaller side, so we're debating whether we want to keep it as a bedroom or maybe turn it into kind of like a bag room slash kind of tie up your gear room, that sort of thing. Have some fluoro on the walls, shelves, some fishing gear, that kind of thing. But we'll see for now. I'm trying to make the most of the space. So this bedroom is really, really, really cozy, and it'd be more than good enough for one guy. You kind of get a nice private setup. And follow me. Don't need the light in here. This one has a big, beautiful window. We're actually waiting on some screens on the windows to be put back on. I'm not sure why it is missing, but it is. And so in here we have the bunk bed set up with the 2 singles. Yeah, absolutely. Nice thing about these bunk beds is when you're in the top bunk, it's still super high ceilings, so you don't whack your noggin or anything. Double bed, or it's even a queen size bed on the bottom here, so the guy that likes the space or a couple could do that. And you know, the beds, like I said, or Daryl said, it's just a temporary setup for now. And yeah.
Okay, so into here, this is where we're held up at right now to finish this upstairs. So we are onto the washroom here. So you can see right there, we've got our shower base. That's where that's gonna go. Right under this ladder is where the toilet's gonna go. And over here, we've got our vanity door right here. And show you the ceiling here. So super high ceiling. So what the issue was is the plumbing. So now we're talking about building this up. We're gonna build it up a little bit higher and run the plumbing on top of this flooring. And let's just run downstairs quick and I'll show you why. All right, so we're back downstairs right below where the washroom is. So the toilet drain would actually be 6 inches to the left of this beam, and the shower drain would be about 4 inches to the left of this beam also. So in order to run the plumbing underneath here, we would have to put a stack down the wall somewhere here. It would probably end up being to the left of this door underneath the building, which ties into the existing plumbing over this way. But because the toilet drain and the shower drain are on opposite sides, we would either have to come below the beam or we would have to bore a hole through that beam. And that beam is at least 2 inches thick, and they're huge. Like they're giant logs. It's not, and it would be pretty. So we don't want to have to box in anything, frame anything in, hide sewer lines, and have a stack coming down in the kitchen here. So we're gonna leave this as it be, and I'll show you here. We'll come around here into the washroom. So this is where the existing plumbing is here in the washroom. So what we're gonna do is run that plumbing along the wall upstairs. We're gonna have a stack down here and tie into the existing plumbing underneath. Okay, so then into this bedroom. Whoa, there's someone hiding around the corner. So that plumbing, the floor will get raised up and it will run along the outside wall here. There's these little bump outs here we have to frame in, and the plumbing will run along here, and then we're gonna go straight down to that washroom. So it'll be totally hidden, and yeah, way less of a problem than building all sorts of framing around or trying to go through one of those beams in the kitchen.
That's not my department at all. I just supervise that stuff. But anyway, so this is the last, but definitely not least bedroom. Another bunk bed in here. You can see we're storing some materials in here just for now. We just got her all cleaned up yesterday. We got the toilet sitting on standby, the shower on standby, all the plumbing tools, whatever. So we got all that kind of hanging out. Single bed in here, excuse me. And yeah, really pleased. This one has a lot of space in it, and back here we'll probably have, since we have a bit of room, some luggage, kind of luggage rack things, and then maybe like a little chair, whatever. I don't know, we'll figure that out. That's a fun part. But for now, it's all finished. This is my ceiling, solo. Well, Daryl came and assisted me a little bit at the end there, but anyway, yeah, it's my ceiling. Very proud of it, and We're extremely happy to have all this TNG in this building finished just in time to start in the yellow cabin.
All right, and over to here, we've got a brand new panel box. It's all wired up. Every room is now on their own circuit, and it's all properly done. Before, it was just one household wire feeding this whole upstairs, and that's all changed over now. Proper wire, everything is on its own circuit. There was just one junction box in this place before, feeding probably about 18 to 20 different circuits, so it was scary, but it's no longer scary. It's done properly. Our buddy Dean came up from Estevan. He did all the wiring. He threw in all the outlets and all the light switches and everything, wired everything up, and yeah, all the wire was already pre-ran. I ran all the wires and drilled all the holes, put on all the boxes, and he finished it all up for us. So
thanks, Dean. We really appreciated him and everyone's efforts. I know Brett has been bringing in supplies as much as he can. I've never seen so much stuff strapped to a 185 before. And yeah, the crew that came in, obviously Daryl, everybody, you know, huge thank you to every single person that came in and helped us up here.
check this out. Another side project. This is the high-end shore lunch box, okay? So we used to use this style up north, so check it out. You make it so the top folds out and is a nice cleaning table. You can cut up your potatoes, cut up whatever you want. You grab your cutting board, put it on there, good to go. And then you've got our Baker's Narrows Lodge seasoning in there. Check that out, the dill, that one's my favorite. This one is the Ragin' Cajun. That's a little spicy for the, you know, people who like a little bit more kick. But hey, you got your little spice rack built in here. You've got a little rack for cans for your beans and your corn and all that stuff. And yeah, I love these shore lunch boxes. They just work awesome, and not too much to make, but they look super good. They're not too heavy, move around easy, they're solid, and you've got the fancy little table. Check that out. Perfect.
The best part is he made it out of scraps. All that would have traditionally gone to the burn pit. So
yeah, this was all just scrap wood that we had left over from the project. So instead of getting burnt, we turned it into something.
Good job.
Couple other big projects that we got to do is, one thing, we have to move this ugly eyesore of a giant storage tank here. So we've got a little backhoe here. We're debating if we can hook it up to this thing, lift it up a bit, and just start dragging it. We might have to make some log rollers and just pull it ahead, move the log roller forward and just keep pulling it ahead, or we wait till winter. We're not sure, but it is heavy. It's not light, but it is not in a nice spot. It's the first thing you see when you come to the lodge, and it's just a big eyesore right where it is, and it's not really functional where it is. It needs to be somewhere else. So that's one of the big projects coming. These old boats are another project. We got to strip all the paint off them, all that old yellow paint, and you can see we've been testing different methods of doing it here. This is like an automotive detailing grinding disc. That's what that does. It kind of scuffs it a little bit, but these boats are actually going to get wrapped with vinyl, like complete vinyl wraps. So they just need to get smoothened out, and we're not so worried about little scuffs on them because it's going to be completely covered with vinyl wraps. All right, an update on the big generator. Check this out. So Dean is also one of the greatest diesel mechanics to ever roam the earth. So we had a look at this thing, and what we've determined is right in here, you can see this little dog bone looking device is a speed sensor. So the speed sensor tests faulty when you run it through all the tests. And the other thing that is testing faulty is the circuit board. So let me get a light going here, but there is 2 fried circuits in there. You can see them, they're all burnt up. So parts are on order, new circuit board and new speed sensor, and this thing should be good to go. We'll show you here. We were able to get it to run, and it'll still shut down on false after 5 seconds. Okay, so that's that's it throwing the fault code because the faulty speed sensor and the circuit board. But let's reset this. And we'll bypass the sensor by holding back the solenoid. The solenoid will disengage when the fault code goes on, but because I'm holding back the solenoid, this engine will continue to run. So there's no problem with the engine, but you can bypass it. So you can bypass that by zip tying the solenoid. We've done it before in other places, but what could happen is you could have all kinds of problems if you do that. Say you do have low water or low oil pressure, it's just going to continue to run because now the solenoid can't disengage and stop the engine from self-destructing. So we're not going to do that. We're going to wait for the proper parts, but that does, by doing that, we can see that this engine does run, and it doesn't really have any faults other than the speed sensor and the circuit board. So that's about it. We're waiting for parts. So once we get them, we'll have a 15 kilowatt generator up and running. All right, this is another project that not really super important, but this old beast is now running. The Suzuki Quad Runner. We're not sure the year on it. It's pretty old. It's got to be 80s. I can't find a information plate on it anywhere. So she's now running. She took a new battery. Look at that. Starts first crank. Oh, and dies. Just needs some throttle here. There we go. Just needs me not to hold the camera. It's so it blows a bit of smoke, but hey, I'm guessing it'd be good to rip around the camp and smoke out all the mosquitoes that are around. So it runs good actually. Need a couple tires for it, still waiting on those. But hey, it's not super functional here other than just a runner, get back to the generator or whatever. If you got a project, you're going to cut wood and you need two vehicles out there, just something else to have here. Another vehicle, not bad to have a backup vehicle either at all times. So runs great. Old, not pretty, but does the job. New battery, took some carburetor work and fresh gas, drain all the old gas, good to go.
Weird holding the camera. That's basically a wrap with all the progress. Like I said before, we're gonna go head out and do some fishing, so hopefully we can catch some big fish and include those into the video tonight. And we hope you enjoyed the progress. We still have tons of work to do. This is just the beginning, but yeah, we're really pleased with how it's coming along. Welcome back, everyone. Kamichawi Lake, Baker's Narrows Lodge. We have a special guest with us, Dean.
Hi guys.
And we're really excited to have Dean up here. He is good at pretty much everything, mechanics, wiring, you name it. So he's helping us out with a bunch of stuff while we're continuing the never-ending journey of TNG. And we just started fishing this evening and just started trolling, and I just hooked up on something that I think it's pretty nice, guys. I really do think it's nice, guys. Sorry, that sounded so lame, but anyway, whatever, who cares. So anyway, so I'm just gonna fight this girl, and we'll end up seeing what she's got. And she already has pulled some drag 3 or 4 times, and yeah, you can see I'm just basically just pulling as much as I can and reeling down to it. I'm letting her take when she wants to take a run, I'm letting her take a run, obviously holding pressure the whole time, but not thumbing my spool at all. See that, just little runs right there. And there she goes. I'm gonna just loosen that up a tiny bit. I got it on, oh, I got on winch mode here. Anyway, yep, she's definitely she's putting up a really good fight, starting to pull the boat. Where wind's pushing us one way, the fish is pulling us the other, so that's always a good time. And it is hot today. It is really hot today. Working upstairs, up on the ladders, doing some ceiling stuff and some high stuff. We're just absolutely dying, but yeah. And tonight I'm gonna have the honors of Dean doing the net job, and I'm hoping that next time I can do the net job for him. but we still got a bit of time here still. She doesn't want to come up at all. As always, using my 13 fishing blackout, 7.3 medium heavy fast action, my Inception slide 2. I have definitely gotten 30, 35 plus masters on this reel and put it through hell and back, and she's still performing like she was brand new. So if you're looking to invest in a rod reel setup, I find that this has just been perfect for trolling these lake trout, and for the price, you really can't beat them. You're not spending $1,000 on the combo whatsoever, not even half of that. So so anyway, definitely a great setup for getting these big fish in the boat. What's that sound? I hear some weird whistling here. I don't know. Oh, okay. So yeah, like I said, we're really excited to have Dean with us. It's a really, really fun treat to be able to have a friend up with us up at the lodge. And yeah, and like I said, hopefully the next fish will be him fighting it, and we can get him up on here too. And I'm wearing, of course, my safety shoes. And you know, these are my big fish sandals. Nice little $10 fine at Walmart. Not sponsored. Okay. Nice. Dean is opposite of me. Normally I got the guests screaming at me to get the net, and I'm still sitting in the back daydreaming about what I'm gonna have for lunch. So definitely good. I haven't seen any bubbles yet, so what I'm gonna do is try to hold her where she is until I start seeing some bubbles come up. If you try to bring them in too fast, that's when you start to get into some air issues. I can see my weight here, so give it a bit of time here. I don't know. She's not burping yet. Okay, just trying to go under the boat, which is nice. What I'll do is oh nice, that's a nice fish. So I'll drag her back over towards you. No, perfect net job. Look at that. Thanks, buddy, that's perfect. Okay, let's get this buddy off, and then we'll show you what she is. Great, another absolutely beautiful, beautiful lake trout here. Kamichawi Lake, Baker's Narrows Lodge. Thanks to my friend Dean here for the awesome net job getting her in here. And we're just gonna throw her on the board. Make your guesses right now on how long you think she is. And no cheating. Throw her in the comments before you see the end here. Okay, 37.5. Absolutely beautiful, beautiful lake trout.
Yes, nice job.
Thanks, buddy. Unreal. And time to let this girl go and catch her another time, another day. All right. Okay. Holy moly. Beautiful fish. She's got a bit of a split here. She's ready to go already. Unreal. We just started trolling. Pretty smoky from a close fire, and working on my farmer's tan today. Let's try to get another big one. Cool. What do you think?
Maybe. Oh. There we go. That's a little better.
Maybe, he says. Got Dean is hooked up on a nice one here now. Pretty much going to plan, really. That's what we said here. As he was my net man, I will be his. Try to do as good a job as he did, but normally I kind of frig around a little while. Alright, move away.
She's got a little teeth. See the weight. Can't go
Wait,
further.
Craig, give me one second. Something out of the way here. All right, nice. Woohoo!
Nice.
Beautiful. Oh, okay, awesome.
Definitely fun.
Okay.
There she is. marks on it. Oh, there she is.
Kamichawi Lake, Baker's Narrows Lodge.
Awesome.
Unreal. Literally 2 big fish in 2 minutes maybe. Unreal. Let's try to get a third.